Dick Norton is going to be here. Dick is with the American Radio Relay League, and they just are finishing up on what is just a great meeting that all of the directors have. And some of the directors continue to say, we need to do more for our members so they see what's happening at the director level. And they've now voted, from what I understand, it's called the ARRL Directors Workbook. So you're going to be able to see which directors are working on different projects as a member of the American Radio Relay League. How many life members do we have of ARRL? Okay, well, they suspended that program about a year ago, but now it's back on again. So if you want to join up for life, the League has that capabilities for you. And the League is working very, very hard to try and get more involvement in the STEM with schools, and you're going to find that they've really reached out and they're really digging deep into their pockets to help the ham radio service continue to grow. Yet they're watching the broadcast industry that wants to stream on high frequency and maybe use some of our frequencies, so be assured that they're a voice at the Federal Communications Commission. And the League really does a fabulous job of representing us as ham radio operators. Well, one thing...
You can't tune in on amateur television unless I can hook up a feed out here on Channel 58, but we'll be right over there. Let's see. See that little teeny quartzite type trailer that's on your T-shirt? We'll be over in that area on amateur television. We have to use the Starlink system, because from here to get a signal all the way back to California and all the way to Phoenix and all the way down to Tucson and everything, we cheat a little bit and use satellite or internet and tie into our repeaters so everybody can watch that's watching, you know, on we have a repeater output usually on 1.2 1253 megahertz, and we're doing more and more digital, getting away from analog. So we'll have a demonstration tomorrow morning at 9:30. Joel Wilhite, myself, he will be doing a tech on how to get on digital amateur television. So anybody's interested, tomorrow at I think it's 10:30 to 11 here in Area 1. We'll be doing some demos on amateur television. We'll be on the air tomorrow night at 8:30 Arizona time. It's 7:30 California time. So anyway, 8:30 right over there where that little trailer is, we'll have a setup going on Starlink, and you can more than welcome to come over and see what's happening on live amateur television at various different repeaters that we're tied into. So back to Gordo.
Great. All right, thanks, Gary, and keep up the great work on all your ATV efforts. So back to the rule making. This is good news that the American Radio Relay League is taking some huge steps in helping our service grow. And of course, it's going to grow with kids. That's our major feature of the league's work. And they have two programs, and that is we need to get more and more instructors as well as school curriculum tuned into all that we can do with ham radio. And a gentleman, Steve Goodgame, K5ATA, very, very active ham, is taking over the professional instructors at the ARRL and doing a fabulous job, even getting us on some of the national news in the morning shows. Certainly the International Space Station is playing an important part of addressing the school questions that they ask, and it gets more and more kids really involved in ham radio. So if you're a professional instructor, you may want to go to the ARRL website and take a look at what teachers and students and school officials can do to help the ham radio service grow. But wait a minute, I'm not a professional instructor. I'm just somebody that's wanting to show ham radio grow, and I know about electronics, and I've joined a local club. What's in it for me? Well, that's where I just got involved. As you probably know, all of our books and audio products have now been taken over by the ARRL, and I am absolutely honored and delighted. My book is a little bit different. Unlike their excellent licensing book, they consider my book a prep book, and that's fine with me. It's written sort of in a casual way, all of novice, tech, general, extra, advanced, back in the old days. And we have a lot of fun in getting folks tied into ham radio. So if you're part of a club, we're going to have a new division, and it'll be available at the ARRL in just a couple of weeks as we mount up the program. And it will involve training. How many do PowerPoint for presentations? All right, well, we're going to have a lot of PowerPoint ultimately available. It's probably going to be about 4 months until that gets going, and we'll get that started as well. And it'll be available to those that register at the American Radio Relay League as an instructor. So they have the pro instructors, and then they have us, the Elmers, and that'll be a fun job for me to get involved with that. The group originally started with EMTs, medical personnel, lifeguards that were ham radio operators, doctors and nurses, and it was sort of a medical group ready to assist in any way. We meet every morning, and you are invited, and you don't have to be an EMT or a lifeguard to join the net. Just a licensed ham with a general class license or higher. We meet on 7250 kilohertz at 8:30 California time, 9:30 Mountain time, and 10:30 for those of you that came from the cold land. And we love to have visitors join us. And what it is a net where when a major occurrence happens, we start passing traffic. And we try and do as much third-party traffic as possible in getting messages in and out of a shelter or a disaster area for those non-hams that need a way of communicating. So we hope that you'll join us any morning at 8:30 California time for the California Rescue Communications net. And you'll find a lot of fellow medical type people on the air. So back to this licensing deal of getting renewals. Well, the W5YI group, beside doing remote testing that you'll see going on at Stephen's vehicle today and all through the entire encampment, they now have a licensing renewal service. It's $40, and it's the best $40 unless you've got a way of doing it yourself with a commission. You just tell them when your license is expiring. They'll ask you your password, and you'll go, I have no clue. And they go, well, you're a candidate for what we can do for you. And somehow they come up with a new password, your mom's maiden name or your favorite little pooch or meowers, and they can get you your license renewed with no hassle. Yeah, it's a $40 bill, make that 220s, and the W5YI specifically says we don't need that information. We can go ahead and we've got ways of getting it, and indeed they do. So just go to w5yi.org. No longer do they carry my materials, but they certainly carry everything dealing with volunteer examinations. The League was very interested in how the VE remote system worked, and they're going to be getting stronger and stronger with their own ARRL examinations, those that are handled on the internet. How many have taken an exam on the internet? Yep, there's one, only a couple. The rest of us are sort of like looking in going, Well, if you get a chance, you should see what goes into it. Again, over at Stephen's trailer, it's that direction, area 2. There it is. I see it right over there. And he will be happy to let you in and see all that takes place. We had a question earlier about the FCC and the baud rate. Yes, that has gone into effect. But they're right now considering opening up and getting rid of the baud rate, not only for high frequency, which they have done, to 2.8 kilohertz, but they're also going to be loosening up any baud rates for 6 meters, 2 meters, and 440. And that's soon to happen, and that will allow us the capability of sending Pactor 3. How many Pactor 2 folks do we have for WinLink? Pactor 2? Good. Well, soon you'll be able to send even faster when we're hoping up on WinLink here. So again, today, Quartzfest, I think this is our, 25th year, 26th year? I was here on the first year, and it was right here at this fire ring, and we had about 4 campers that were all hams, and we said, you know, this would be sort of fun to spread the word, and it is so great to see all of you. So I'm going to now go around and see if you have a nagging question. I'll give you the microphone, and if you have a question that I can maybe answer, and if not, I'm around most of the week and will be probably hanging here by the campfire. So anyone with a question or proclamation? Yes. How many experts do we have on programming Baofengs without a computer? Okay, all right, yeah, we're sort of that way. So there's a couple. This gentleman, I think, has, you have a Baofeng and you need... Yeah. How do you get rid of the bebop when you transmit? So I think that one's keystrokes, and if you got the manual, it may help. All right. Who else has a nagging question? Sorry I couldn't get you more help, but we do have experts.
Just going to suggest that there's a program called Chirp.
Oh, yes, Chirp is excellent for software.
Yeah, it works great for the Baofeng.
Oh, okay. There's another Chirp expert. Did you bring your computer?
No.
All right, who else has questions? Boy, it sure is good to see all of you this morning. Any questions? I'll give you the mic, or any comments. There's Randy, and we're going to see, tell folks where they can see this show that we're doing.
It's on my YouTube channel, and which is, let me turn my camera around so I'm in the video here. Here it goes, spins around. It's fully zoomed. Anyway, it's on my, so down, there it's fighting you. Anyway, it's on my K7AGE channel. Now we're looking at the sky, but you're not a camera operator right now. It's fighting you with the gimbal. Anyway, yeah, well, it's Chinese, you know. It's let me do it. Push the magic button here, and it comes up that way, and do this, and it comes around. Anyway, on my K7AGE channel on YouTube, I have 5 videos of my drive down here. I posted day 0, which was Saturday. As soon as Vern gets out of the shower, I'm going to be posting the video from yesterday, and thank goodness for Vern's Starlink. It makes all this possible.
Oh, okay. All right, anyone else with comments or suggestions or something that you would like to add? Would you like to talk about ARRL exams? Yes, no? No? Okay. Anyone on the starboard side here? Ah, there we go.
Back to your coronal mass ejection, does that cause power outages also?
Okay, the question is about the CMEs and so on. Yes, CMEs could cause power outages, and because of the eruption on the face of the sun, we usually have about 48 hours before the really heavy activity occurs in the ionosphere due to the coronal mass ejection. And major ones have, back in the 1800s, caused a power outage with voltage. So yes.
I think it might be getting more serious because they're starting to connect electrical systems around the world together, and it could be a really big deal.
Oh yeah. Well, when the CME happens and takes that down, that's where ham radio hopefully will shine, because no one's ever had a problem of the ionosphere going away. A few minutes. All right, here is the paperwork that I wanted to share with you. And again, it talks about what just occurred a couple of days ago on the face of the sun. And they said that after a major solar eruption, radio blackouts are caused by solar flares, not the coronal mass ejection. That's one of the new test questions on the exam. I went back to Maria and Roland. I go, well, aren't they the same? They go, no. The solar flare occurs at the speed of light, so we have no advance warning of that. And it sends out high energy ultraviolet and X-rays traveling at the speed of light. And the eruption that we had a couple of days ago, the sun was facing us with the eruption, and that's going to be the coronal mass ejection, then that's the slow-moving particles. So today is the day it's supposed to hit us. It's not going to cause a radio blackout, but it will raise the noise level a little higher on. One of the neat things about Quartzfest is all of the great energy that went into hams bringing their vehicles here, their radio set up. And I encourage all of you that if you're operating and you want someone to look over your shoulder and maybe ask you a question or two, if you're inside your vehicle, leave your door open and welcome those that are sort of looking in. If you are going to be having something special, this microphone is open to you to announce it or get on the air, 14655. And I'm just delighted to see all of you here. So on behalf of Quartzfest, we'll make this one a little bit short because I think I see a little bit of something coming, but I think we're in good shape. Be sure and circulate. Don't just hide out. Oh, it's coming this way. Yeah. Be sure and circulate and look interesting installations and so on, and you're certainly going to see them here. Noontime, 14655, gives you sort of the latest updates, and then we'll have a campfire here early in the afternoon about 3 o'clock. And we've got some great prizes that Chris and Lynn have amassed over the year, so you're going to have fun. So meet one another, play radio, enjoy Quartzfest. I'm around for a few more days and would love to talk with you personally.